Yo, what's up? July 19th, 2021. Halfcast 85, episode 85. Yeah. I have been released from my binds for the evening. And it's time for me to seek a little bit of redemption for last night or yesterday afternoon. Oh, let's have some fun. Yeah. Yo, what's up, guys? I am AJ. So, yesterday, it was a perfect storm of, oh my God, I can't begin to get, here's what happened. I'm going to try to explain what happened because it was let's see here. Okay. First off, I do the live, it's fun for me. So the video is like actually secondary because what I do, I record in the background and it's the audio that's going to Spotify. It's the audio that's going to Anchor. It's the audio that's going to whatever iTunes or whatever other apps that is distributed to. The video isn't going anywhere. This is just for you to put a, a face to the voice. That's it. And most of y'all already know what I look like anyway. So you can imagine. So there's what happened yesterday. Um, Instead of going, it's like a 1, 2, 3 step. It's hit record first, then then hit live, and then whatever I want to do. If I want to play a little clip music in the beginning, that's how it's supposed to go. But I pulled the audio page up. I didn't hit record, and I just hit live, and and that's what happened. I just hit live. So when I went, and it's stupid because I always joke. I've joked a few times about yeah, how we doing on time? And I'll be like, oh, it wasn't recording at all, but I'll just be kidding. But yesterday it was the real deal. That's why I couldn't even be mad. All I could do was just laugh. That's all I could do. So what I ended up doing was I ran the live. Actually, the live is what saved what little bit audio that I did. Well, I got about 85% of the audio. It was just the end part that was messed up. The end part sounded like I put it through a wood chipper. And I couldn't, and instead of like 43, 44 minutes, I ran 35 minutes. And when I seen 35, I knew that I was going to be missing some content. So tonight will be a chance for me to get redemption for what happened. But first, before I get to the stories, I want to express a very heartfelt concern to Ben and Jerry's ice cream because social media and other people apparently they have made them stop selling ice cream to Palestinian occupied areas, I guess over there in Israel and Palestine, whatever. Now, mind you, I don't know anything about politics, especially about Israel and Palestine. I just know they've been beefing like the McCoys and Hatfields since way before I was around. But one thing I do know is that ice cream makes people feel better. In an already hostile territory, you take away the one thing that makes people feel better: cookie dough, cookies and cream, butter pecan. God damn, you take away butter pecan, It's not like they're selling guns to both sides. Jesus Christ. Let them people sell ice cream. Ice cream might, hey, if they both sat at a conference around a pint of Rocky Road and I don't know, whatever else they love of ice cream, it make people feel better. Maybe they might come to some sort of agreement. But damn it, social media, Ben and Jerry's announced Monday that it will no longer allow its product to be sold in the West Bank and East Jerusalem. Why? Are they selling guns and missiles to both sides? Are they bankrolling this whole war? No. It's the one thing. And the people over there are probably miserable, and a little bit of ice cream would probably put smiles on their faces in between shellings and car bombings and insurgencies and guerrilla warfare and all that other crazy stuff. You take away the one thing that's happened. On like the news, what did the news say? The move comes after online criticism, even you bullying ice cream. How you bully one of the most popular ice cream makers in the world and tell them to pull out of the war? How do you tell ice cream to pull out of the war? Oh God, I just had to say that much because this is getting ridiculous. It's just ice cream. It means nothing. It means a lot. You know what it means? It does mean a lot. For people who don't know whether they're going to live or die from 1 hour, from 1 minute to the next, maybe sharing a pint of ice cream with your loved ones is like the most sense of calm you could bring them. Sheesh. All right. Now I got some stories for y'all. You take a sip, man. Of my non-alcoholic beverage this evening is Pure Leaf Real Brewed Tea, peach flavor. It tastes good. The mouth of the bottle is a little bit too big. I'm not that thirsty. Trying to drown me. Like, let's get this off my page. Here we go. BAM bus, BAM bus. Three women said they found out they had the same cheating boyfriend. Here we go. So they converted a school bus and went on a road trip. Okay, how does this end up? Yo, what guy gets on that bus? What man, what guy, what smart guy who values his life gets on that bus and stays on that bus? And what, uh, you gotta be an idiot. I would get off that. I would get on that bus, take one look, read the room, and I'm off the bus. And yeah, I'm good. I'm good because men, we're crazy. We think that if you see three girls that you're talking to on the same bus together and it's what, just them three? I want to suppose that it's just them three, maybe. And you think you're going to get a foursome. No, you don't. At the very, you might get a castration. We think in foursome, they're thinking castration. They are different. Becca King, Abby Roberts, and Morgan Tabor have a lot in common. Yeah, they all banging the same guy. They describe themselves as free spirited adventurers, which sound like that type of personality, and fearless risk takers. Once again, they're fitting the criteria. I'm not shaming anyone. I'm just saying. I'm obsessed, all obsessed with music and the movie Megamind. I don't know what that movie is. They say they unknowingly had the same boyfriend at the same time. Damn. Following their discovery, rather than succumbing to their sadness, the three young women said they dumped them, saved up money, purchased a school bus, and spent over 2 months renovating it. Oh, there you go. You become lesbians. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's how you get over a guy. What was the name of that movie? John Tucker Must Die or whatever. Who was that? Christina Milian? On June 20th, the trio took their 30-year-old bus, which they renamed the BAM bus. Oh no. After their initials, on a road trip across the western United States and into the next chapter of their lives. So, what the hell did they do? What did they do to the guy? They didn't do anything to the guy? Okay, good. The discovery that changed everything. The three young women made the heartbreaking discovery on a cold, snowy afternoon in December 2020 when Tabor, 21, suddenly felt waves of suspicion about her boyfriend. Oh, trouble in paradise. After deep diving into his social media, she discovered another woman's page on VSCO, a photography app flooded with photos of her and Tabor's boyfriend. Meanwhile, this guy is somewhere thinking he got it all figured out and it's unraveling, but he doesn't even know that it's unraveling all around him. I have no words to describe the feeling I got seeing the photo of him with another girl. Tabor, who lives in Boise, Idaho, told CNN. This made CNN. This shit happens every day. I thought, well, the whole bus thing doesn't happen every day. I thought I was going to marry this guy. Shame on you. We had talked about houses and what our marriage would be like. My world came crumbling down. I had to mourn the loss of this future we were building up together. It was soul crushing. Well, it's a good thing you didn't marry this guy and end up having a kid by him. And you find out that the other two girls he was messing with, he was married to them and had kids by them also. My secret family. She reached out to the woman who is now best friends with Tabor, Roberts, and King, but couldn't join them on the road trip. They kept digging. Eventually, they found Roberts via his social media comments and likes. Oh, God. Hell has no fury. They quickly reach out to her and realize he was her boyfriend, too. I was crushed, Roberts told CNN. I cried in front of these two girls I never met before. I was really emotional. How was he juggling all of these women? Through social media, I guess. I felt like there was no light at the end of the tunnel. Come on, come on, come on, come on. You act like you found this out when you were like 45, 50. Jesus Christ. The three of them ended up on a 6-hour FaceTime call. You know what? You know what helps out with things like this? Ben and Jerry's. Yeah. She looked outside and saw her cheating boyfriend standing at her door with flowers. He tried to get in front of it with flowers. It's too late now, buddy. You gotta you gotta chalk it up. Your run is done, homeboy. Your run is done. I don't even know if you really, what would you apologize for? Because another girl might have been a mistake, but all three women together, you thought you had it all figured out, bro. Like Robert, who lives in Salt Lake City, Utah, said his face just dropped. It was so priceless to see. Now they clowned him. Heard it all before. After offering excuses and explanations, all of your lies, all of your sweet talk, including one where he said he believed it was okay to be with multiple women at the time. That's that Utah state of mind, baby. The girls dumped them together. They did a team dump. They ran a three-man dump on him. Following the confrontation, the young women continued their search through his social media account. Now this is where the spitefulness comes from because they all dumped him and it's supposed to be over at that, right? Oh no, oh no. They want to cut to the bone. They want to cut to the bone. The young women continued their search through his social media account where they discovered their now ex boyfriend had been dating 6 women in total, including the. It's not funny. It's a horrible thing. But after you did, after you got strong enough to confront him and break up with him and tell him he's a piece of shit to his face, then why keep digging just to find out just to find out that it was way worse? There was nothing. You thought there was nothing worse than him having 2 other women. Now you found out that he has like six altogether. Like, why are you doing this to yourself? You gotta rip the band-aid off, let it air out, and let it heal, baby. Cut your hair, do whatever. Dye your hair. I don't know. One of those women was Becca King, who also lives in Boise and had been casually dating him for 5 months. 2 hours after they confronted him and he promised never to talk to another woman again and said he was a changed man, he reached out to me and asked to hang out. See? This guy lands on his feet. Yo, I'm surprised they didn't stop him to death. This guy lands on his feet like, hey, time to start over again. The next day, the girls found my Instagram and messaged me, and we immediately hopped another 5 hour call. What is this? The sisterhood of the traveling pants? This is what they're, yeah. Oh my God. Within days, heartbreak turned into healing as King, Roberts, and Tabor girls quickly became friends. It didn't take long for them to realize they all had the same dream: buying a bus and exploring the country. The ball started rolling from there. We wanted to live out this dream, found our group of adventure people. Having that from the beginning and just something we could look forward to helped so much. We were living out our dream. It was something needed during a really hard time. Come on, man. Oh my God. God damn, yo. What a start. What a start. Tips to you fellas. You it is extremely hard to juggle multiple women. Extremely hard. Not that I have done it. I don't remember. Maybe I have. No, he wasn't supposed to do it like that. I can't say. Don't. I don't condone any of that shit. That Utah, that having multiple, that's just some Utah shit, man. But yeah, I'm glad that them girls got over it, and they're young enough to find men, real guys that like them and don't want to have like multiple. I think after you get one girl, you should be straight. If you know what you're looking for, you should be straight. Two girls is like you're not quite sure if she's the one. Like, yeah, if you're only dating, if you're not in a solid relationship, three girls, now you're just looking for trophies. You're just going for trophies. There's no reason for you to be juggling three women. And vice versa for you ladies also. Damn it. Yeah, this is an equal opportunity show. Delete that. What is it? John Tucker must die from Christina Milian? Police warn video games are not real after man allegedly tries to steal jet at airport. What are you doing? Do you know what happens when you do things like this? Is that it's not Grand Theft Auto. You're not going to get up in stars. Either they're going to shoot you before you get the jet off the ground. They're going to shoot you before you even get access to the jet, right? Because they don't know during these times you might be trying to crash it into something. Or if by some reason you're crafty enough to actually get the jet in the air and you're the only person on that jet, man, it doesn't even matter if you're the only person on that jet. If you hijack that jet, they might tell you one time, maybe they might tell you one time to land that jet. And then after that one time, they're going to shoot you out of the air. There's no amount of PCP that's going to bring you back. You can't get another quarter. You do not go directly. You do not pass go. You don't get to continue. Know what I mean? There's no amount of meth you can smoke that could bring you back. There's no Super Mario mushroom. No invincibility. No invincibility star. A Colorado man has been arrested on suspicion of trying to steal a jet and fly it to Hawaii. We all want that vacation, partner, but we all got to do it the right way. Yo, the picture funny as hell. It got a badge, and then it says suspect is written, and then it has a big red arrow that points to the guy in the middle of the landing strip. Sterling Antonio Love sounds like one of the guys that would be dating three girls and tried to all it's like, yo, I'm gonna fly you to Hawaii, baby. I'm gonna pick you up in a jet and tell that to all three girls. Is facing a number of charges following an incident at the Centennial Airport on July 14th, reported WKRN. Love is accused of jumping the fence, running up to the Gulfstream jet, taxiing on a runway in an attempt to steal it. According to the Douglas County Sheriff, this is so fucking stupid, yo. What make you did you have any type of you're just going, how are you gonna get the plane? Do you know how to ride a plane, sir? Judged by him wearing a hoodie, a fitted, some jeans, and it looked like some red Air Forces. He ain't even got the black Air Forces. He got some red Air Forces. And according to the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, Lord Love tried to board the plane and fly it to Hawaii. So he was trying to board the plane as a passenger. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Today officially begins a series that we like to call Note to Self. The sheriff's office wrote on Facebook on July 16th. Okay. The note is based on an actual incident this week where a suspect male breached the secure perimeter to the runway at Centennial Airport in an attempt to steal a jet and fly to Hawaii. So he was going to fly the jet? I'm confused. We've all been at the point where we needed a vacation, but this took a yeah. I was like, we all need a vacation, bro. Note to self: video games are not real. Stealing a jet will not go well. No, it won't. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office posted images of the suspect approaching the plane on the runway. A Denver Police Department helicopter, which also happened to be at the airport at the time, is pictured responding to the scene. What? Love was taken into custody and is now facing charges of first-degree aggravated motor vehicle theft. Grand Theft Auto, that's what you wanted. That's what you wanted. That's what you got, homeboy. A misdemeanor second degree and misdemeanor second degree criminal trespassing. It could have been worse. It really could have been worse. Yeah, god damn, man. Whew. You trying to get all the stars and grain? What you thought? What did you think? What are these people thinking? I don't know. Get this fucker off my page. Wow. You don't know how to fly a jet. People, you need to log a certain amount of hours to learn how to fly. It's not impossible, but you're not just gonna get in a jet just because you wake up one morning. You smoke some K2, now all of a sudden you want to fly. You want to go to Hawaii. You didn't pack a bag, no cash, no nothing. You just want to go. What's up, next? Walgreens thief who faked the COVID-19 diagnosis and coughed on staff faces up to 20 years in prison. Yo, when she was giving that, she was giving the cough that dude was giving it when I was in the store yesterday. In the other, we got all everybody was looking at him like he was the monkey from Outbreak. Like, oh, get the fuck, what the fuck, man? Like a woman convicted of theft while pretending to have COVID faces a long prison sentence. Carmelita Barella stole from a San Francisco Walgreens while coughing on staff. This is fucking hilarious. She reportedly told staff she had the virus and then fled the store with products worth $90. Why not go to a buck 50? They all don't want to get around you. A woman is facing a long prison sentence after being convicted of stealing multiple products. What did she steal? They're not gonna say what she stole from a Walgreens store while pretending to be sick with COVID-19 and coughing on staff. According to, yo, if she would have coughed on me, I would have been like, yo, I need to take some days off, man. But she didn't have COVID for real. I don't know, man. I was like, it's PTSD. I need some time to unwind. Yeah. According, yeah, those days will be paid though, right? Yeah, I'm going on sick leave, but you're not sick. Nah, it's PTSD. According to the Department of Justice, Carmelita Barella, 36, and an unarmed accomplice and an unnamed accomplice walked into a branch near San Francisco Civic Center and coughed over staff as the pair stuffed products. They were both coughing on people as the pair stuffed products into their bags. Barella's accomplice had been told by staff to leave if she was sick. Instead, the two began to cough even louder, grabbing goods and stuffing them into their bags, the DOJ said in a press release. Once they were ordered to, once they were ordered to leave, they told the manager they had COVID-19. Morella continued to cough and left the store without paying for the merchandise in her bag, according to the press release. The manager and a security guard on duty were reluctant to approach the women. Like, yo, I'm not, they don't train me for this shit, man. I'm just security guard, baby. The manager and a security guard on duty were reluctant to approach the women, who reportedly fled with $90 worth of items. In the press release, acting U.S. Attorney Stephanie M. Hines said the spread of COVID-19 has forced almost all of us to make sacrifices and to rely on each other to maintain our safety and good health. Yeah, but it can also be used in this case where you gotta take somebody's word for it, even if they're really not sick. You gotta take their word for it. She added she added, this conviction demonstrates that those who seek to exploit the pandemic and commit crimes for their own personal gain will be held accountable. Barella was convicted on Thursday of robbery affecting interstate commerce. Oh shit. She faces a maximum sentence of 20 years of prison and a $250,000 fine. Damn, they smacked her ass. Shit. Yeah. Any sentence would be imposed by the court after consideration of the U.S. sentencing guidelines. However, back in June, this was some other. Yeah, yeah, it is some other. Nah, that's not relevant to the story. How can you come in and just start coughing all over everybody and everything and just stuffing shit in? Jeez, man. Like, yo, if it's a scam, I say this all the time. If there is a scam, people are they're going to find it. They are really going to find it. They say necessity. Yeah, it's out of necessity. Delete this. They both went in there coughing on people like guns blazing, throats blazing. They ran up in their throats blazing, just stuffing shit to their bags. Unlicensed Yellowstone guide, motivated by greed for the love of money, gets jail sentence. A man who had been profiting as an unlicensed guide in Yellowstone Park has been found guilty on 7 counts of illegal activities and violating national park regulations. Damn. So, as an unlicensed guide, it could possibly mean that because I believe there are like wolves in Yellowstone and bears, and you go there, but it's still like a habitat. It's still like a safe habitat for like these wild animals. And if you got like fucking Ranger Rick or fucking Dudley Do Right or whoever the hell, know what I mean, the guy that be chasing Yogi around, just walking around, you stepping in bear scat, and you like you he's just leading you through all the places where animals hunt. Yeah, he's just leading you into all sorts of danger. And can we do flash photography? Like, yeah, do flash photography. Yeah, cooking hot dogs out there in the middle of bear country. Yeah, just asking for it. I think it'd be like moose and everything. Like among the activities. Okay, here's the activity: a day at Yellowstone with a nondescript with a nondescript guide. He's just smoking cigarettes and he reeks of Budweiser. According to a Park News release issued Monday, we're violating closure periods, trespassing in thermal areas. That's where like geysers and stuff. Violating swimming closures and allowing cliff jumping. It's just like you can do whatever you want, baby. It's Yellowstone. It's the new Disney World. You do what you want when you're with me, baby. Creating hot spots in rivers and disturbing wildlife. It said even the animals was complaining about them. Yeah, you got to get them out of here, man. I mean, they stepped on my den. My cubs were sleeping. Theodore Eugene Garland, 60, of Edmond, Oklahoma, was sentenced to 7 days in jail, fined $600, and banned from Yellowstone National Park until December 31st, 2021. So they get, okay. Nobody got hurt, obviously. So did he at least, was he at least at one time licensed? Did he work there one time? Or let's find out. Like, I would it would make a little bit more sense if they told us that he actually worked there before, so he actually knows a little bit. Maybe during the July 2nd sentencing before Magistrate Judge Mark L. Carmen at Mammoth Hot Springs, Wyoming. Ooh, romantic. The government has suggested a 30-day jail sentence, steeper fines, and a 5-year ban from the park. Garland was found guilty based largely on incriminating images and posts that appeared on his social media platforms. Everybody has to tell. Stop telling on yourself, people. He was also ordered to pay, especially if you know what you're doing, you're not licensed, and you're just taking pictures on social media of you doing something highly illegal. He was also ordered to pay $500 to the Yellowstone Forever Geological Resource Fund, serve 5 years of unsupervised probation, and cease promoting violations of laws in the national parks. Said acting United States Attorney Bob Murray, enforcing federal criminal laws for the protection of our national parks resources. And okay, that's important, but not leading a family to get eaten by a fucking bear would take priority, don't you think? Resources will always remain a priority of the United States Attorney Office in Wyoming. Such business motivated, like he sounds like he's going to be running for re-election or whatever. This is especially true when a criminal motivated by greed, like Mr. Garland, encourages others to commit more crimes and go, yeah, you can piss in the water, it's okay. Of America's first national park. The news release posted to Facebook by Yellowstone National Park inspired hundreds of comments in just the first hour. Many followers expressed criticism of what they perceive to be too light of a sentence. I really don't know if that was a definitely banning them from the park should be, yo, stay out of the park. Put a picture up like, yo, do not accept tours from this man. Jeez. Yellowstone is a huge place. I know they have like wolves and I know they got bears. So I know they got like stuff like that. So if you don't know where you're going, you might trample somewhere that's like, yeah, I don't know. New Mexico is second state to make gas stations liable for DUI. How the fuck is that going to work? I'm pumping gas. You're already fucking underpaying me. Gas is $1 billion industry, multi-billion-dollar industry, and you don't want to pay me shit to handle the motherfucking gas. Now you want me to check to see if I smell alcohol or marijuana on a customer's breath. Fuck you. Fuck you. Shit. Shit. They drove well enough to make it here to get gas. Shit. Maybe the second half, maybe that second ride home. Maybe the ride home will go just as smooth. You're not about to make me. Now I get why if a bartender serves somebody too much to drink and let them go and they get into a car accident, or if you're serving alcohol in your home and if you're serving alcohol in your home and somebody leaves and they get into an accident, then you could be held responsible. I understand that 110%. But for me to be at work and my job is to pump gas, and I also got to look to see if somebody's eyes are bloodshot or see if I smell alcohol on their breath, fuck you. Fuck you. No, no. We are not going to start this babysitting shit. Like Santa Fe, New Mexico. I'll say, yeah, I'm stepping up like I work there. But no, it turns into like, yeah, we turned into a babysitting state. Like, of course I don't want to see nobody get behind the wheel impaired and cause an accident. Of course I don't want to see that. But once, yeah, did they crash into one of the pumps? No. Then they can get their gas and leave. Or what happens is at the very least, you get you get a guy that has a little bit of beer, a little bit of alcohol in his breath, and you tell him that you're not gonna give him gas because he seems to be intoxicated, and he gets out, he whoops your ass, steps over your body, and pumps the gas his goddamn self and rides the hell off. Yeah, gas stations have a legal obligation not to sell fuel to drivers who are believed to be intoxicated. So how am I trained to tell if somebody's been drinking too much or if somebody's under the fucking influence? You're gonna train me for that? Then that means I want more money because I'm taking a bigger risk of dealing with customers who are probably already agitated in the first place. The New Mexico Supreme Court said Monday in a decision that could have far-reaching effects on businesses, and that only one other state applies so strictly. The divided court outlined a precedent-setting ruling that raises the implication that not only gasoline merchants, but other types of businesses, from auto parts stores and tire shops to mechanics, could be on the hook for ensuring they don't sell products to people who then drive drunk. What? How do I know if I'm in AutoZone and somebody comes to get a fucking fuel pump, somebody comes to get a fuel filter, somebody comes to get like a Glade, one of those Glade blow things for the AC, and I smell alcohol on their breath and I can't sell it to them. What the fuck is wrong with these people, man? Could be on the hook. They go to get one of those black ice pine trees for the mirror on their car, and I smell a little bit of marijuana on their breath, and I can't sell it to them because they get the fuck out of here. Oh no! Oh my God, no! You can't make it somebody's responsibility. So that means that everywhere you go, no matter what, everybody is going to be looking to see if you're high or if you're drunk, and you can't get served if you're high or you. This is what it's going to turn into. It's going to turn into like, yeah, any little thing. Somebody has allergies. They come in with their eyes red. They forgot to take their Claritin. Oh, your eyes look a little puffy. Have you been smoking the devil's lettuce? Yeah, I can't serve you. Get the fuck out of here. The decision notes that only one other state, Tennessee, applies the law in such a way to create a duty of care. This is bullshit for businesses to refrain from supplying fuel to drunken drivers because of the risk of driving while intoxicated. So what are you gonna do? Huh? Are you gonna build an addition to the gas station where there are couches for people to sleep it off? Are you going to detain them and impound their car for 24 hours until they come back with a positive breathalyzer? Are you going to give customers a fucking breathalyzer? What the At one point, people who drink and people who use certain types of drugs, even if you're on prescription medications, at one point we all have to be the big boy, we have to be the big girl and take responsibility for our actions and not get behind the wheel and not leave this type of burden on people who don't get paid enough for the job that they do in the first place anyway. I don't want to see anybody get behind the wheel, high, drunk, whatever, or even sleepy and hurt anybody. But if we're going to grow as a nation, yeah, Avery President 2025, 2020, yeah. If we're going to grow as a nation, we have to learn to stop being bitches. We have to learn to stop being bitches and start taking our own actions and start holding ourselves accountable. We have to. The ruling came in response to a request in the so what happened to the fucking ignition box? That you just, yeah, you're blowing your horn for 20 minutes until you get dizzy. Now you really can't drive. After refueling and returning to the highway, that driver, okay, the ruling came in response to a threat from a let's be adults, a federal appeals court to resolve a question of state law concerning the potential liability of a retailer that sold gasoline to an intoxicated driver in 2011 after refueling and returning to the highway. That driver crossed the center line and crashed into an oncoming vehicle, killing a person. Okay, and that happens more times than we want it to. Now, I mean, we really don't want it to happen at all. But this same thing happens when people are sober and they look down at their cell phone to text. These type of things happen when somebody has been driving on the road for too long and they just nod off. These things happen also. So what are you going to do when you pull up to a gas station? Are you going to start asking people, "Are you tired? Would you like to step over? Would you like to pull over and take a nap in the parking lot?" No, I mean, what the fuck? Like, come on. Under the legal doctrine of okay. Under the legal doctrine of negligent entrustment, the owners of potentially dangerous goods have a responsibility to supply those goods only to someone competent to safely use them. How can you determine? Who is trained to determine if someone is safely competent to use them? So what are you going to start giving out? I would you should rather have an officer posted up at all the gas stations as checkpoints. That's the only way. Have somebody that's professionally trained to decide if somebody is okay to drive or if they're not. That's all you. Yeah. New Mexico courts have recognized and passed decisions that the owner of a vehicle who entrusts an intoxicated person to drive it may be liable for injuries caused by the drunken driving. Okay, I get that. While New Mexico has no law that would prohibit the sale of gasoline to intoxicated drivers, the court's majority wrote that a duty not to sell gasoline to someone who is drunk is consistent with liability for giving that person alcohol or a vehicle. I disagree. You're you're painting with a real broad brush here. Like for real, I really disagree. And I'm not a lawyer. I don't know, but it just sounds like the beginning of something that's going to start making us have to take care of people who can't handle their fucking liquor. Yeah, he can't handle his meth. What a pussy. He can't handle his fentanyl. He can't handle his cocaine. And they want me to babysit him until he comes down. Shit. The fuck out of here. Next up, here we go. Delete that. This is my last story. And here's the moment of truth. How are we doing on time? 44 minutes. Yes. Which is a little bit longer than I would have wanted it to. Well, there's really no time limit. But yeah, At least I got recording. The last time I messed up a show because I don't write anything down. I don't I have vague topics. I have an idea of what I want to say, but none of this is written down. So if I lose all the audio, I have two choices. Either I just don't have anything for the night, or I do it over. And that one time I lost it, I did it over just off the top of my head. And naturally, it's going to be different, but I liked it. I actually liked it better. So yeah, there's that. What do we have here? Oh, yes. Minnesota State Representative John Thompson faces calls to resign over allegations of domestic violence and decent exposure. Now, what politician? It's a rite of passage. How can you be a proper politician if you don't show at least a few people your genitals? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. We have, as politicians, part of your duty for your term is to text pictures, unsolicited pictures of your genitalia to people who have absolutely no clue. They don't want it. But you have to do that because it's a secret society. All we ask is trust. Minnesota State Representative John Thompson launched his political career after a police officer shot and killed his friend Philando Castile during a July 2016 traffic stop. Thompson pledged to reform policing in the state and was elected this past November. Now, less than a year later, he got state Republican and Democratic officials, including Governor Tim Walz, are calling for Thompson's ouster. Damn, he didn't even get a chance to get the seat warm. Are calling for Thompson's ouster after his own recent traffic stop led to new revelations about his past. Since the stop, police reports have surfaced showing that years ago, Thompson was accused of choking and hitting a girlfriend, Jesus, on multiple occasions, and once exposing his genitals to a couple of women while children were present. Oh man, this man's a goddamn savage. Why did you let him in? Nobody vetted this guy? He's flashing women and children. Minnesotans, isn't that isn't that the name of like instant potatoes, instant mashed potatoes? Idaho. Minnesotans deserve representatives who uphold the highest moral character and share our values. Sure they do. Sure they do. Waltz tweeted on Saturday afternoon, following the deeply disturbing reports of domestic violence against multiple women, Rep. Thompson can no longer effectively be that leader and should immediately resign. Neither Thompson nor his lawyer, somebody before he even ran for office, somebody knew about this. And it just surfaced. Somebody knew about this. Neither Thompson nor his lawyer responded to a request for comment late on Sunday. How can you? You whipped your junk out in front of women and children. But in a statement posted to Facebook earlier in the day, Thompson's lawyer Jordan Kushner said that Thompson challenges the authenticity come on, of the police reports and said he believed law enforcement groups provided the documents to news outlets as part of a long running smear campaign. But why didn't this come out when why didn't this come out when he was running? This would have came out while he was running. It wouldn't have came out while he was in office. I don't know. Wow. Both Thompson and his wife deny the reports, Kushner wrote. Stand by your man. That's right. They have been together as a couple for more than 20 years, having worked through issues earlier in their relationship and have a solid marriage. Let's guess the issues earlier in their relationship was him showing his penis to somebody. Probably. All right. Yeah. I have redeemed myself. With that, I'm going to wrap this up. If you fucks with the show, hit me on Twitter at Rise and Shine. RY Easy. That's crazy. How did he get in office? This is fucking with me now. How do you even get in the office without, like, yeah, Minnesotans deserve representatives who uphold the highest moral character and share our values. Stop it. You didn't vet this guy. Now you're trying to save your own ass because he was within your fucking ranks. Jesus. If you fucks with the show, hit me on Twitter at Rise and Shine, RYEZSHYNE. Also on Twitter at Halfcast AJ, HALFCAST Instagram, Taco Meat 05, my Babylonian whore of an Instagram page, Taco Meat 05, TACOMEAT. Or you could just hit me on here on Facebook, actually. And yeah, at Avery Johnson. Or you can hit my just doodle on my wall or whatever. Let me know what's good. Yo, I love you guys. I'll talk to y'all very soon. Adios.